There's one mobility hack that actually works, but it only works if you build it into a ritual that you do daily. It's absolutely free, requires no special equipment or techniques, and can get you ridiculously flexible in just 5 minutes a day. Do this 5-minute mobility routine while you sip your morning coffee. You just spent 6, 7, 8 hours sleeping with your body relaxed and shut off. The worst thing you can do is go relax and slump into a chair. Instead, we can reestablish our relationship with gravity, asking our body to be intelligent rather than dumb. 90-90, one leg in front, one leg behind, immediately ask the hips to mobilize into rotation. Even the stiffest person can do a version of this by propping their hips up onto a pillow. You may find yourself uncomfortable and even cramping. These are all good signs that you should spend more time here. This is one of kids' first go-to positions for sitting on the floor. And the ability doesn't just go away because we're adults. It goes away because we stop doing it and we start sitting in chairs. Do not think of this as stretching. Think of it as taking your hips back naturally. My buddy Ryan from G&B Fitness has this awesome video about how sitting in a straddle position for 1 minute a day greatly improved his hip mobility. Yes, just 1 minute a day. He says to start wherever you are. Maybe you're leaned back and need hand support, or your knees are bent. That's completely fine. This isn't about making this into an intense stretch. It's about signaling to your nervous system that you're calm, you're relaxed here, you can own this position. And the goal is to come here day in and day out and make steady improvement, to be able to sit here without your back rounding and your knees wanting to bend. This is one of the most natural and effective ways to take back your hamstring mobility and calm down overactive lower back muscles. The lower back, hips, and hamstrings are completely connected, and this position starts to reveal that. I honestly think we've normalized too much caffeine in our society. I see kids drinking these pre-workout and energy drinks like it's water. 300 milligrams of caffeine without blinking, and then we wonder why we have anxiety and attention issues. How I steer myself away from this is to treat that morning cup of coffee sacred. Caffeine is awesome. It boosts your mood and can increase creativity, and it can actually lower pain signals temporarily, making it a great addition to working on your mobility. Use it wisely. Don't abuse it. If you can't tell, I'm on a bit of an incline, which works wonders for the first squat of the day. My ankles, knees, and hips are usually a bit stiff in the morning, and I can use all the help I can get. But this is that human position that we should all establish first thing in the morning. I find when I do this early, I tend to sit down into my squat way more throughout the day. Just like the straddle, this doesn't need to be perfect. Your heels may hover off the ground. You might even need to put a low box for your hips to rest on. I'm a tall guy with long femurs and some past ankle injuries. I'm really not built for squatting, but I've been sitting in a squat daily since 2015, and it's completely changed my lower body. My knees never bother me and my hips stay open. There's no doubt this is going to be harder for some people, but use all the props and techniques you need to get yourself low. Now, kneeling was probably the most practical position for our ancestors to use. Before we had chairs and tables, we would have done everything on the ground. And still to this day, it's a go-to position for people working with their hands. But most of us don't work physical labor anymore, making it necessary to get ourselves into kneeling positions. And what's often referred to as the fisherman squat is a great half squat variation. One leg gets the pointed ankle, one leg gets ankle extension, the knees pulled to the chest and into full flexion. Switching to kneeling on both knees is great to get them tolerating the full knee bend. It's a position used for thousands of years in ancient Japanese culture. When I started all this, my knees and feet were very sensitive, and it hurt to sit in these positions. But I had a mentor who once told me, if you kneel, your lower body will heal. I always end with this sleeper movement. No direct ties to hip mobility, yet greatly affects it. Bouncing unlocks tons of energy and improves your circulation. But what it actually does really well for the body that no one seems to talk about is releases tension. Take a look at my arms and chest. On every downbeat, they go completely slack. Similar to when an animal shakes off trauma, we're signaling to our muscular and nervous system to relax and let it flow. And as a side effect, you get some good springiness through your ankles and feet. That springy, elastic quality is the first thing to go as we age. But most people don't need to go out and do a bunch of box jumps. Simple daily bouncing will keep that elastic quality in your feet and Achilles. When I was in my 20s, I did hour-long morning routines. Now I'm completely happy if I get 10 minutes. I try to stack my variables, get some sunshine, hear the birds chirp, read a few pages of something inspiring, and do my morning coffee mobility ritual daily. I developed some deep flexibility in the past, while at the same time still felt stiff. It's the little things like sitting on the ground daily that contribute to the tension you feel in your body rather than the range of motion you have. Low pressure sales pitch. We created Master Mobility to combine daily mobility positions with more intense stretching. The mixture of the two creates an insanely capable body. Good movement and big love to all y'all, as always.